Now, this is not something I'm making up or using for our presentation. This is a generally accepted rule of the marketplace. Therefore, you should carefully identify a potential breakout in the upper or the lower level of the symmetrical triangle in order to take the right position in the market. Now, as you can see from the example, the potential target is based on the size of the triangle formation. With this type of measured move analysis, you will know what to expect for a symmetrical triangle breakout, whether it breaks upward or downward. And this same pattern, or these same dimensions, apply to an ascending and descending triangle. So here we have an ascending and a descending. I just simply call them all triangles. The difference is between a symmetrical triangle, remember the symmetrical triangle, you had a support and resistance line both on the same angular degrees converging together. With the ascending triangle, an ascending triangle is normally found during an uptrend, and what you end up getting is a angular support line and a horizontal resistance line. So one line slopes while the other one stays horizontal. In a descending triangle, which usually comes off of a downtrend, you get a horizontal line and one sloping line. You would still measure the width of this move here, the width of this move here, and the apex is still the same here. So these types of triangles have one flat horizontal side and one sloping side, which is moving towards the flat horizontal side. The ascending and descending triangles are mirror images of each other. They are identified as ascending and descending depending on which side is the horizontal side and which side the slope is on. Now, the triangle pattern has its upper side flat and a lower one ascending. So if you want to memorize the names, ascending means what? Moving up. Descending means moving down. And that's what you see in the triangle, not the price and not the breakout, just what the price is moving while it moves into that triangle and the formation. So you can look at the ascending triangle. What's it doing? It's pointing upward. The descending triangle is pointing downward. Now, in this example, the black lines above indicate the price action within the triangle formation. The blue line refers to the side of the triangle, which is the support and resistance lines, and the red lines respond to the size of the triangle and its potential target. This potential target is usually a one-to-one measured move. When an ascending triangle is formed during a bullish trend, we expect a continuation pattern trend. In other words, when you get the triangle and the price is moving up, we would expect, not that we will, we would expect or we would predict a bullish move because the price has been moving in an uptrend and we would expect it to continue on in an uptrend. Because remember, whether a price is moving an uptrend or a downtrend, when those trends begin, they're likely to continue because the momentum's in the market. So that's why we would look at it as a bullish trend, but not that we're going to make a buy or a sell decision because we have no idea where the break is going to occur and what the break is going to tell us. So it's only what's in your heart at the moment. You're feeling bullish when you look at that. Not that you're going to buy, it's because the price has been moving in an uptrend and therefore is bullish. Now, it's very important to mention that the ascending and descending triangles sometimes break through the incline level, causing false signals and trapping some traders along the way. The same holds true for the horizontal price zone. You should always wait for the close of the candle to confirm the breakout. This will help reduce many false signals. Okay, and it's important. Too many traders let's go back to my charts. See, and there's a lot of people that trade by the rule that says when the candle breaks out of the pattern, you should jump in and buy at the completion of the formation of that candle. Okay. That is a very risky, very iffy proposition. I say you always need to wait for the third candle to tell the final story. If you're looking for this much of a move, in this case, the upward, okay, do we need to get into trade here? No, we can get into trade here and still make profit. And if you notice in this trade, you would have lost your shirt because this was a false breakout. And you get this quite often. Now, one of the telling signs is also volume. Okay, here we got the breakout, but we didn't see any increase in volume. If you want to believe that this was a breakout and it was going to take you all the way up to here, we should have seen increased buying, but we didn't. Now, as price moved back into triangle, which it normally does, because it was a false breakout, at this point we were forced farther in the apex, and now we broke out here. Here, and at this point, we could have entered this trade. Now, this is a current live chart. So as you can see,